Hi friends, welcome. Angel here with Gardenbug Designs, getting ready to work on this cutie, calling this one Whimsy the Lamb. So I'm a little bit early, give me just a moment so I can get myself pulled up and then we can get started. When you come in, go ahead and say hi and let me know where you're joining me from. In the meantime, I'm going to get adjusted in my chair. And start grabbing some supplies. And then let me know if you can hear me fine and if you can see me fine. So once again, this is going to be a companion piece. Welcome, Lisa. And as part of the companion piece, we're going to use the same ingredients or supplies, I guess you could call it. So what I did to begin was I glued down my foam. I got my little guy situated so he's in there. And then he's not coming off. Hi Sheila, welcome. So, I guess I'm going to begin and let me know where you guys are joining me from and all the fun things. This leaf is going to be nice because it's got that stem, like I said before, that you can just kind of rotate it around. Hopefully you guys can see this well. I have it raised up on a box so it would be a lot higher, but I can't tell how much you can actually see off the top. And give me just one moment because I have foam on the top, so I need to grab my awl, which fell on the floor. I prepare for every detail and then I forget one. Do you guys have that problem too? Welcome, Joanne. Welcome, Cindy. Okay, so if I don't get or respond to your comments, I can't see them. I apologize. So this is what I've got going on so far. And I just have him resting on a box. I don't know if I'll need this entire stem, but we'll see. And this is just the same as the last time, the banyan leaves in the variegated palette. So what has everybody been up to today? I was getting ready for my live. Had to call Netflix because they're always telling me that my TV isn't in my household. So I've been having issues with my Fire Stick, and so the Amazon Fire Stick. And I believe that's what's causing the problems because I had to turn off my Wi-Fi and then it kind of worked, but it was such a mess. I did finally get it to work though, so that's good. Nothing worse than paying for services you're not getting. And then I will go back through and I'll glue these in after. I just don't want the foam to get so full of glue that I can't put anything into it after. So I'm starting like this, and then we'll add it as we get around. Does anybody else have problems with their Netflix saying that to you too? They always want you to say that you're... My husband had to do that one time and say he was on vacation to be able to get it to work, and just didn't make any sense to me. I like to think I'm decent with technology, but maybe I'm not. Okay. Hi, Joanne. Welcome. So right now I'm adding the banyan leaves, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add some of our fillers and go from there. So this is kind of what I've got going on right now. Just putting in some leaves, and then we'll add the other filler. Has everybody been having a good day today? My day has been really quiet, except for when my son called me and was asking me a bunch of questions about his passport. Then I got busy. Okay, so I'm going to save these to the side. I think I'm liking this direction. And then I think I'll maybe look at placing some fern. So this is what we've got. I've just got some going around, some up, some down. Oh, that's sad, Joanne. I know mine is closing and it's sad. But I did find out, I did look it up yesterday, the store in Duluth is not closing. So I guess if I want something, I can go down there. But that's an 1.5-hour drive, so it's not close by any means. But I will take that over not having anything at all. So... Now, do we know, are they being bought out? Or will they still remain Joann's? I haven't been up on that yet. Just what I saw everybody posting as of yesterday. You know, I think I'm going to wait on the fern just because I want to get some more filler in. And I want to get some of these florals in real quick. Because I had an idea where I wanted to put some florals. I don't know. Let me see before I cut it off. So I've just got a hydrangea off the back side, so this will give the look here. And I think I'm going to bring the other one in low towards the front. This one also feels like a little smaller. So that's kind of what I've got going so far. And I'm not going to save it. I'm going to throw it away. I want to see some clapping hands on that one. These ones are going to be the tricky ones because their stems are not that strong. Here. Maybe not quite that high. Let's see here. Okay. Yep, these are going to be a little more of a tricky situation trying to get them in. That's going to be where my little awl will come into place. There we go. That's cute. I like that. Welcome, Deanna. Welcome, Jackie. Hi, Kathy. Thank you. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some daisies just in random places. Trying to keep some long because I feel like I want some to kind of peek over the lamb, but not so much so that I have to put greenery up that high as well. I'll have some up that high, but I don't want to feel like I have to have it completely around, if you understand what I mean. So let's see here. Okay, so that's kind of what I've got so far. Can you guys see that? I have another bush. And I kind of want to place one a little in here, so it kind of does a triangle. And let me give that a sharper angle cut so it goes in easier. There we go. Oh, that's adorable. And then I want you guys to tell me, do you think I should add the little guy too? Like, so that way it kind of matches. I was thinking maybe something along the front right next to him. So if you guys like that idea, just give me some kind of interaction so I can see it up on the screen, because I can't really see all the comments too well. All right, so that's kind of what I've got working here now. And I'm going to save these last two for the time being. And then I am going to get my roses added in. Well, I'm going to first off see if I actually like this there. Because if I do, I would probably need to put him in sooner. Because there's not a lot of space. And we're going to be filling up the space, so... I think it's actually kind of cute. Well, you want to see? Welcome, Cruz. So if I put the little guy right there next to him, that's what we've got. What do you think? Can you guys give me some hearts if you like that idea? In the meantime, I'm going to start finding places to stick my roses. And I'm not going to use these dark leaves like I didn't on the last arrangement. Thank you, Kathy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a big rose back here by his butt. So then that's what I've got going on with the rose. And I'm going to trim down some of these leaves off this bush or this stem, and then we'll see where we're going to put these. And then, I think I might trim them down some. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Maybe put it down just a smidge. So it kind of just rests over this. There we go. So does everybody make arrangements? Or is that something you're looking to learn? I've made a few. I actually like them. I like making them. This along with the, sorry, I'm really phlegmy today, guys. Swags. Those are kind of like my go-to things I like to create. All right, so I've got a rose hiding under that hydrangea. And then I want to get one towards the front on this side, but I want the smaller, or the bigger of the two smaller ones. I think that big one will be too big, but this one would be perfect, I think, for the front. Yeah. Let's see here. And then what I do is I will poke in the awl just a little bit to create like a starter hole. And then I leave it there until I have my piece available to tuck in. So that way I don't lose my spacing. Because if you poke a hole and then you pull it out right away, you're probably not going to find your hole. And if you do, you're very lucky. All right, so let's see here. I think I'm going to add one more of the big ones on the back side. I've got them, I might as well use them. I slightly feel bad throwing these leaves away, but not bad enough to keep them. Arrangements aren't your friend, Sheila? I don't know. I thought you did a really good one on your arrangement. Have you been making anything lately? Well, Joanne, watch me and hopefully I can teach you something. Can't say I'm the like leading expert at it, but we all start somewhere and grow from there. I like that. That's cute. So I've got a little bundle back here. And then on the side, and I only have 2 of the purple flowers. I would typically like 3, but I only have 2. So that's just what I'm going to use. I could always pull it apart, but I don't think I'm going to at this point in time. Let's see here. I'm going to wait on this little bud here because I feel like if I put it in, it's just sticking it somewhere, and I don't want to just stick it somewhere. I want it to look kind of purposeful, if that makes sense. Okay, so I think I'm going to go in with some Dusty Miller. Because I don't want too much of this, but I want to get it in for thickness. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to get everything in that I used in the other arrangement and go from that aspect. Okay. This is the one that's flocked, and this is the one that gives me the fits. Coughing makes me feel like I have it in my throat every time I use it. That's pretty cute. What do we think? It's hard to see what you guys can see because I have the words on the screen and then I can't tell. And then over here, I can't see much. Nothing since December. You like making arrangements more than wreaths, Kathy? Then swags. Arrangements are fun. I like making everything, but you know, there are just some things that you just like to make and you don't have to really think about them. And those ones are my favorite. Anything you can make that just is nice and you don't have to really think about it. You just make it and keep your peace. That's what I like. So far, I haven't really had anything that completely drives me crazy. But there's always a first time for everything. Hi, Colette. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. With the flocking, it makes it a little difficult to push it up, but not so bad that you can't move it at all. Just have to work for it a little bit. Oh, I like that. That's cute. Maybe stick a piece towards the front so it looks like he's in a little garden. All right, so let me show you what I have now. So that's what I've got going on my sides. And I've got other fillers, so I'm gonna wait on that one and see about adding a couple more of these other fillers. Because I don't have a lot of space, but let's see here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking to see if I maybe want to add some more daisies back on this corner. Because right now I've got my daisies here, my daisies here, but then there's a big negative space there. So I'm trying to decide if I want to bring a couple more back here. But I'm not going to add them yet. I'm just going to keep filling in to see what happens as I go around. And then I'll make the final decision after. So, if you guys think I should add some daisies, let me know. Alright, so these pieces are a little bit longer. And I think what I'm going to have to do is kind of put them in individually, which I'm okay with. And then I just have one piece of this too that I'll work in also. That was the remaining piece that I had left over, and I felt like I better use it so I don't hoard it. Because hoarding gets to be a bit of a problem. I'm going to wait on this fern because I have the other fern as well. Okay, so this one has two pieces on it, and I'm going to trim it off so I can use it in a compact fashion. So I'm trying to give this a little bit of height, but I also want it kind of be tucked in around the base. And I think I'm going to pop some out right here under these roses. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to put in some of these cute little pink paper daisies or whatever they are. To bring a little extra something. And I'm trying to come in really close so they kind of mix together. or in my eyes, they'll mix together. So, kind of like that. Are you talking about this piece here, Joanne? Where it looks kind of like a leaf? That one is the Dusty Miller. So that was that fatter bush here. It's a very pretty filler. It's easy to work with, except it's kind of hard to push up because it's like a little flocked. Because if you look at Dusty Miller, it has a little texture to it, and they made it just how the leaves look. Dusty Miller has a lamb's ear appearance. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I love it too. It's really pretty. Hi, Sue. Welcome. That's cute. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. I'll probably end up talking to myself. I guess it's not myself if you're listening. Yes. Yes, Sheila. That is one of the wholesale items I have in my shop. And this bush that I'm using here too is also in my shop. Oh, that's cute. So I just intermingled some of those right there. And then let's see here. Where do I want them? Over here. Oh, towards the front maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these ones shorter so I can have them come out at me towards the front. Maybe tuck it right under this rose here and pull it towards the front. And then do I want you up here like that? Or maybe more over here? Okay, so I think I'm going to go real short with this one and tuck it under the first piece, under the leaves, so it kind of hangs down a little. So it kind of brushes off the edge. So I've got one here, and then two right here. And then two more over here. And then I can grab some more, but let me think. I'm going to add a couple of these pieces so they're towards the front. And this is just that. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. As I finished up my Whimsy's garden, I wanted to add more purple. So this bush is what I added. It's a eucalyptus with purple tip. I thought I told you already. So there was just a couple places that I felt needed a little bit more purple. And I didn't want to put something big and chunky in those spots, so I added these. Yep, everything I have is listed to buy under, if you go under my website, which is Gardenbug Designs, it is the Blooming Artisan Collection. And then you should be able to find any of these items if you're interested in purchasing. Let's see. Yeah, I finally had a couple days of some really good light, so I was able to get some really nice pictures, and I got everything set up. So they are available. And then, like every store, I offer free shipping on a certain dollar spend. Which we know is kind of costly to ship, so it's a good deal. Okay, so I have one tucked here by the purple. I have one tucked here by this rose. Maybe I'll tuck something back here. Well, let me check. Do I want something here by him? Nah, I think I'll put it back here, because there could really be something bushy back here, I think, by this pink floral. Okay. Give me a moment so I can get a drink. How is my lighting for you guys? Is it too bright or is it good? I have a lot of lights set up, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be too much or maybe not enough. I think I'm going to add some of this yellow filler bush in here now, and then I'll start filling in. And maybe I can tuck him some in the back. There we go. This little filler bush I got at Michael's. I think they have 3 different colors. 2 pinks and this yellow. So one's like a bright pink, one's like a light pink. It's actually a really cute little bush. Maybe I can trim you down a little bit more. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. I totally forgot where I was going to stick this for a second. Oops. Do you guys have big plans for Valentine's Day. My husband has to work, so we'll probably end up doing something later on the weekend, which will be perfectly fine because then it won't be super busy. If you want your pieces to come out at you, you can just give them a slight bend. So like what I did here with this yellow flower, as it was sticking up, I put a bend on the stem, so now it comes out facing you. So if you want dimension on your florals, that's a good way to get it. Gaia is yelling at someone, if you guys could hear that. She probably hears the deer outside. Telling them, get out of my yard. Oh, that's super cute. And these come off the stem. So if you have little things that you can make a pick out of them with, then you can pick them and then tuck them under as individual pieces instead of like a whole bush, which is super cute. And that's kind of what I'm working on right now, just tucking some yellow around. I really like that when you take it off the stem and you put it in individually. It gives a really good look, like that little yellow one right under the flower here, because you can get it a lot closer and it looks really pretty. So this is what I've got going on so far. What do we think? And now is the question, should I add more? Where did I stick them? Should I add a couple more pieces back this way to kind of make it look like it's coming up? I guess what I'll do is I'll cut them off real quick and then we can decide that way. No, we haven't had any bears, but yesterday my daughter went to leave the house and she opened the front door and it smelled like a skunk, like literally a skunk right outside my door. They're supposed to be hibernating, so I don't know what was going on. It was so strong. I don't know what was going on. There is a potential that somewhere in the neighborhood somebody might have been doing something they shouldn't have been doing. Or, you know, I think you know where I'm going with that. But it smelled so strong right outside my front door. And oh my goodness, I don't know what was going on. We have the kennel up around the front since the tree fell on it in the back. I had to take one of the panels off. So we just put it out the front this time. And I think because we moved it, now we get the animals in the backyard thinking that they run the place. And I don't know, they're supposed to be hibernating, but my husband, after he dropped my daughter off, so he drove her to work the other day because the car would not start. When we got up, it was like 27 below. So very cold. Somebody posted in our alerting the citizens page that their thermometer showed -45. But the car wouldn't start, so he gave her a ride, and when he came back off the highway, he said he could smell it all the way from the highway, which is, I want to say a block, but it's really not a block because we kind of live off a country road. So it would probably be more like 3 blocks, 4 blocks off the highway. And he said it, you could smell it like it was just happened. He didn't see any dead skunks on the highway, so I don't know. It could be. I sure hope not, though. That'll freak me out. So during Christmas time, I've got these gorgeous light up deer. They're like the LED ones. They are so bright. And I just love having them on during the winter months, because I don't want to be scared walking outside and then have something just pop out of the bushes at me. And there are times where you can hear the deer in the backyard. They kick something as they run away, and it's so dark you can't see back there. We don't have any lights back there. I kind of want that greenery on there, but I don't want it interfering. Well, if I want it that bad, I'll just glue it in, I guess. But yeah. You know, as a matter of fact, now that you guys mentioned bear, one night Gaia was barking. It was like 3 in the morning. She was going crazy. She woke me up out of a sleep. And I got up to see what was going on. I couldn't see anything. I looked out my front window on the door, and I saw something. It was 2 somethings running across the road over to my neighbors. Well, they were black, and it was, you know, snowy. We do have the lights outside, but I told my husband I thought it was a bear, and he said, I don't think it's a bear. But there is that possibility it could have been. I don't know what else it would have been. They stopped there for a minute, and you could see them, and then they took off again. But, of course, I had just waken up. It was 3 in the morning. So, I don't know. Not sure what's going on, but I hope the bear decides to leave and not stick around, because I haven't had my birds outside for so long, and I like the birds. I like to feed them. They sing to me. Yeah. Well, you know, it's all perspective. If you're not used to the cold, then it's cold. I completely understand. Okay, so let me take a peek. I do like that. Maybe I'll add one more. Not super high. Told my husband I think I'm ready to move to someplace warm. I said I'm ready to be a snowbird. Let's go be snowbirds somewhere. Okay, I do like that better because it kind of fills in a little bit of the gap there. But now I gotta try to have it put a little bit of a lean on it so they're not like overlapping each other. I want them to have their own space. 80s would be kind of nice. Except I can't handle a really strong heat either. When you get used to this freezing cold, going into that really hot is hot. Okay, so other than my fern and my purple bush I couldn't find anywhere, I think I've got everything. I do need to fill in some spaces towards the bottom, and that is definitely where Dusty Miller can come into place, along with this bush here, because it's got these beautiful eucalyptus pieces. So I think what I'm going to do is probably do some fern now and see what we think as far as that is concerned. But I do believe I am going to cut my fern down so it's not as tall. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'll like it better that way. There we go. And then I'll kind of give it a little drape. Oh yeah, that's cute. So I have some fern here just kind of draping out. And these little pieces I can still use. And I'll tuck those towards the bottom, around the base. So like under the roses and the hydrangeas, just take this little guy and stick it in there. There we go. And of course, when I'm all done, I'll have to go back and put some glue on these pieces. But for the time being, this is how I'm going to add them. I think it'll be easy enough to get the glue there. And so when I go to glue, what I will do is I will back the stem out a little bit, put the glue in, and then push it down. So that way it goes back into the little hole where it was stuck in place. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it does. I've got some pretty smart friends. Okay. I found my base at the Dollar General. You can find these stands probably anywhere. I liked it because it had the legs. Trying to get my piece in and my thing keeps spinning on me. There we go. There you go. So I put a little bit of fern up here by this hydrangea. I gotta push my yellow flowers back up though. Probably give this a little bend. So what do you guys have planned for the weekend? Anything fun? Oh yeah, you were saying you wanted the rain. I'm glad you got the rain that you were looking for. It's so important to get the rain. We don't usually have to worry about the rain because we've got so much snow, but I could see where you guys would definitely need it. Especially coming into the months where you're going to start getting a lot of excess heat. And I'd imagine that's about coming up for you guys, and then only progressively getting hotter. All right, so this is what I've got so far. I've got some fern here. I got some here. I got a little piece back here, some here, and some little bits up in here. And I'll continue adding some fern, and then I guess I'll just look at some more filler. I think I'm gonna come in with that purple bush last, and because those will add some height, and go from there. What are you guys working on? Anything? I'm trying to do this series so that way I can make myself make stuff, because I have a lot of stuff and I often feel like maybe I'm not good enough or something. I don't know, but I don't make as much as I should, so I'm trying to force myself to do that. And if I tell you guys I'm gonna do something, then I feel like it's easier on me, because then I can't let you down. It's easy to let yourself down, but we don't really want to let other people down, so I think it's working out for me. I'm enjoying doing the series though, seeing what I have, figuring out creative ways to use it. It also makes you realize how much you actually have though. Like, we're gonna go down to the cities, and that's where the at-home store is. And I'm like, ooh, do I want to go to the at-home store? And then I'm like, ooh, do I really want to go to the at-home store? I do, but I don't. All right, talk to you later, Sheila. It is great motivation. How come it's so easy for us to let ourselves down though? Like, what's wrong with us that we're, you know, so willing to let ourselves down and not other people? I don't understand that. I really love these light green. It's like this bush comes with the two, and then the two darker, and then the light green. And I just love the light green look. It's super pretty. Okay, don't go turning on me now. Stay where I put you. I'm trying to cover some leaves or stems here. Okay. So I've got a big space here by this little lamb, and then some spaces back here to fill in. Let's get some fern in here. Probably don't need it that big. Actually, I think I could do this. Yes, I don't understand that. Yeah, it's great though, Sheila, when you don't do it. I've been reevaluating how I shop, or trying to. Welcome, Michelle. The biggest thing is like, you know, if you buy it, what are you going to use it for? And does it make sense? And if it can, you know, go for multiple projects and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, we just have to kind of evaluate what we're going to use the product for, and if we really need it, I guess. I'm not opposed to shopping, and I'm not even going to begin to lie and say I'm not going to shop, because that ain't going to happen. I'll see something and I'll be like, ooh. Or I'll see somebody use something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could definitely use that. But if it's for something that I just want, I might purchasing it. As Missy with Beautifully Done, she just created that chinoiserie style wreath. Well, she has that chinoiserie style ribbon in there. And I love that ribbon. It is so pretty. Well, I asked her where she got it because I was interested in maybe purchasing it. But for me, I definitely have a design in mind that I could use it for. But if I didn't, then I wouldn't even consider buying it. So, but yeah. Our maker friends have such good taste. It's hard not to want to buy all the things. This is super high, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it so it's just a bud, and then this, and then I'll add it in separate, so that way I have more control, and it's not standing so high. Oh. And then in doing so, I can spread it out in more places. There we go. And then it kind of helps fill in some gaps. So right here by the two flowers, I got one low and one kind of high. This one that I cut the big piece off of, you can't quite see it 100% behind this rose because the rose is big, but it gives a little bit of purple, which I liked. And I'm trying not to use any picks. So there is that. Although I do have my pick machine here if I need it. Yeah. I've hoarded lots of stuff too. I've been showing you guys what I've hoarded. Probably think I'm crazy. Maybe just a little. So these are really cute, and I'm going to separate them a little bit once I find my clippers and have them coming out individual so they're not so huge. I love the little whimsy these pieces add. They're so cute. Accountability is definitely important. So Sheila, you're asking me who did that. Are you asking about the design, or what are you asking me? I missed it, I guess. If you're wondering if it was about the design, that was Missy with Beautifully Done. With that ribbon I was just mentioning. Okay. Maybe bring you over this way some. Well, I think it's turning out really cute, and it's starting to look like it's in its own little garden. Kind of peeking through, kind of like how the lamb was on the sign. I really liked that look. Thought it was super cute. Took forever to make, but it turned out cute. At least I think it did. So I just put purple up here, some tall, some coming out the front. What do you guys think? Are you liking this design? Let me know what you're thinking. I think I saw yes, that's kind of what I was hoping. So it was funny, I gotta tell you, when I was putting the lamb on the base today, it was kind of like it was looking at me. And for some reason, this white around its head made me think of like back in the days when they'd go to court or something and they have those white wigs on. Oh my God, it was funny. It cracked me up. I was like, this thing's staring at me with this wig around its head. I just thought it was kind of funny. Almost like it was talking to me or something. And then giving me that look with its wig on his head. So this is kind of like a little whimsy piece. I think I'm going to try to see about maybe having it come up and out. I don't have very many of these. And I think it'll be a cute texture. If I have it just kind of hanging out like this. I had no idea where this was going to go when I started creating this design. Thanks, ladies. I just started kind of having somewhat of an idea of where I wanted to start my placement and just worked from there. Okay, I like that. I keep putting my cutters on my board and then I spin the board around and then I can't find my cutters. Don't bend on me. Don't bend on me. Oh yeah, you did a serious bend. Okay, come in, get inside there. My pitberry stem here is very weak, so when I give it a little attention, it bends. I guess I'm manhandling my flowers now. Come on. There we go. There we go. I just had to use the needle nose to get it in there. Maybe put you coming this way. These look like little hearts. They're so cute. Oh, I like the way that turned out. Right there coming out at the front. I'm still working on figuring out if I'm going to be live tomorrow. I'll see what I've got going on, and I still have to look to see if I have the items. I think I've got some or most of the items, but I'm trying to figure out a special design for it, so it's not like a typical swag or anything like that. So I'm trying to make sure I've got everything I need to put that design together the way I kind of envision it. I almost feel like it's going to be a kind of like a swag that is zip tied together, if it all works out that way. But it's super cute, and the base is so adorable. Oh my God, I love the base. I just covered the little guy's backside. Oh, well, stay safe, Colette. I completely understand everything that you're saying because we get that kind of weather here and it is just absolutely no fun. It's so scary. Welcome, Denise. Ouch. There we go. It's not going to go in the foam if you don't push it in the actual foam. I brought my ribbon over, but I don't know that I necessarily need any. I thought about putting some like of the skinnies in, but I don't know necessarily now that I have any room for that if I want to. What do you guys think? What is your opinion? Welcome, Renee. Thank you guys so much for joining me.